Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it just like the sunrise. We gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it just like the sunrise. We gonna let it rain.
Hey everybody, how is my sound? Lady B, like my sound is messed up.
Bad, you're breaking up.
See, my sound is bad too. Hold on.
I think you can assume the nature of our relationship.
Is it better?
No.
No?
And there's a delay. I'm gonna drop down. I'm getting an echo too.
Okay. Yes, I understand. Hold on. I'll be right back. Is this better?
Oh gosh, yeah. How am I?
Good.
Oh, good.
Okay, next time I just have to leave and come back. Yes. I don't know. Oh,
Hey, girl, how you been?
okay.
It's been a few days.
Go what?
I said, how have you been? It's been a few days since we got to chat.
I know. I've been good. Just sitting here watching that stupid dude. I don't
You're a
even
little bit
know
crackly.
anymore.
I'm good.
Damn it.
Hey, by the way, girl, that picture is fine of you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm in a 10.
Feels good, doesn't it?
How's my sound?
You're crackly.
Oh, I can't deal with this StreamYard, YouTube, internet, whatever you are. You need to fix your shit, okay?
Gremlins, go away.
Thank you. I really wanted someone to be jealous, so that's why I put like, yeah.
Well, it should work because you look bomb.
Thank- Hey, Nelson. Okay, how's my sound? Let me just.
You're still a little crackly.
Why won't it come on screen?
So,
It wouldn't be Christy Live unless there were problems, correct?
you're
Why won't.
really starting to crackle more.
Okay, I'm really getting mad.
Yeah, now you're really breaking up.
I break with headphones, I break up without headphones. Fucking rated. No. Oh, I don't know who that is. My Malloy. I'm trying to fix me. Is it better?
I think so. Avery might. Honey, could you turn the TV down a little bit? Thank you, babe. My hubby's watching TV, so let's see.
It's StreamYard because it keeps blocking my thing from share screening. It keeps giving me a stupid error.
I wonder if that's what's causing you to be crackly too. Why don't you go down and come back up again?
It won't pull it up. Hold on a second.
Is that better, Avery? I can try putting headphone on, but most of the time when I do that, I have issues, believe it or not.
One more time.
There you go. That sounds better.
All right, now I have to pull this up again. Got it. There we go. Your browser has locked your screen. Click the screen icon in your address bar to allow access. I did this.
Here.
Continue allowing.
Dang it. You're breaking up really bad again.
Okay.
Good Lord. What is going on with
I don't know what did wrong.
It's not your fault. It's stupid.
Okay, I got it up here. Can you hear me?
Yes, but you're crackly, but I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Do you read it?
You want what?
Do you want to read it?
Yeah, I can read it.
The law.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. Where is the other one? The one from March. No, I can't hear that. Tell me when you can read it.
I can read it, hon.
Okay. It's not gonna let me go down. Can you read it?
Leave it alone. Yes, I can read it. Just don't do any more. I can zoom if I need to. All right. It's a little. Okay. So this is to the lawyer and the judge. Mr. Bankowitz, this is my third letter trying to reach you over another almost 6-week period now. The same 2 phone numbers you've given me still do not work. The one number, your personal cell, goes to voicemail directly and doesn't even ring. I've had this number since you personally gave it back. Wait a minute. I've had this number since you personally gave me back in July 2022 upon your appointment as my attorney by the court. Not working still 8 months later. The other number rings and rings and rings until it automatically disconnects me. Not working either. This is also the number you continuously tell me it needs to be activated. Please activate. I, even in my desperation to speak with you, had an outside caller try to reach you on my behalf, who tried calling your office 3 times over the last almost 3 weeks, leaving a voicemail each time with no reply. We're both hoping that you are able to reply to her email she sent today as another form of trying to communicate with you. I've exhausted all my resources and am again just sitting here waiting for you to contact me in whatever way you are able as soon as possible, please. Time-sensitive matters are at hand, as I have made you aware of previously, verbally, and in my letters. I know you have attempted to schedule the minimum 15-minute. Okay. Go to the next one. Go to, my pretrial conference, I found out, is now on 3/31/23, which you said previously for whatever reason I am unable to attend any of these conferences. How am I supposed to know what's going on and what you are reporting and what is being discussed between all other parties except me. The main component in my case, especially if we, in a still unestablished attorney-client relationship, are not in regular or proper communications with one another. Why can I not be in attendance and participate in my PTC? How else am I able to be kept updated in real time and actually minutes during the conference if not there myself? I have no way of knowing anything if not updated by you, my attorney, and I do not have a computer to use to view herself. Help me understand, please. How can court TV, different news channels, and even professional YouTubers attend my PTC and I cannot? How? I'm sure one of the other parties can help me with the updates since they will all be in attendance for me also. Should you be unable to provide why I cannot be included in my PTC for my case? I'm sure also everything from the conference collected from everyone else will be vomited all over the internet, just like everything else has been, not presumably, and can add even more dysfunction and ignorance to my prejudgment already made by the world in the great court of public opinion. I would like to be part of all this, seeing that it all pertains to me. Please, it is my right. So many questions, concerns piling and piling up from not being.
Can you hear me?
Yes, barely. Holy moly.
That's the only pages I have. Then the last one is the envelope, and then it's the letter to the judge. So I don't know. That's all I had. Show it y'all going with. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where. Okay, so, okay. Perspective. Marion Webster's, well, she's like a fish.
This is to the judge, okay?
Okay, this is to the
Right.
judge.
This is to the judge.
I wonder how many people are going to actually look up the definition to see if it's the same. I wonder also how many websites hit the word perspective will get. Definition 1, the science of painting or drawing so that objects represented have apparent depth and distance. 2, the aspect in which a subject or its parts are mentally viewed, a view of things as of objects or events in their true relationship or relative importance. Please review so everyone has a clearer, better understanding of my continued concerns, hindrances, questions, and frustrations with the justice system, and the solid, absolute remiss of my case and the due process of. I am and have been waiting very
Can you hear me
patiently.
now?
Yes.
Okay, I can start reading if you can hear me. I feel
You're
bad you're reading it all.
Well, you're still breaking up, honey. I mean, I would
Okay.
love for you to take over, but
Thank you.
we'll be missing every few words.
I feel bad.
Oh, it's okay. Okay. I have been waiting very patiently and maintaining. What?
I didn't say anything.
I am obtain. maintaining what I can since no one else has or will, it seems. I feel at this point, 6 attorneys later, 39 months, almost 3.5 years, which I will make, and not by choice, I need to make all aware of my immense struggle with the extreme mismanagement of my case to date. Let's look at the bigger picture or perspective to get a better view of what I've had more than enough time to see and realize. I am hoping by doing so, eyes can finally be opened and very overdue, long for progress and finalization can be had. The growing amiss of ignorance, manipulation, slander, and advantages gained must stop. My truth needs to be heard, and it is my right. I do not give me nights expecting me, do not give me rights expecting me not to fully utilize them. I vote for the president and the governor while here in jail and stop violating what I have been trying to utilize or lessen the value of my capabilities and opportunities. I am not apologetic in any way for being observant, hardworking, above average, non stereotypical inmate. I can only imagine, sadly, how others not as outspoken as myself have been and are being mistreated, overlooked, and dehumanized. Get it together. Judge Wooten, 1. At what point do you evaluate and intercede in a case to make sure there is proper advancement, regular communication between the attorney and client, the ethical treatment of client is being upheld, client, ethical treatment or client is being upheld, timeframes are being met, etc. Clearly, you know of and have known of the prolongation of my difficulties from your comments regarding my letters, but with no intervention from you. You can change anything for better, less problematic process. You've told me in the part when I've tried to voice my legitimate concerns to you in the courtroom, 5 times total in 3.3 years, and in my letters to save it for my next attorney. If told anything at all, do tell your honor which attorney. I'm on my 6th who I've not seen in person for over another 3-month period, 2 weeks, 89 days, and counting. Frank J. Bankerwitz has been appointed as my attorney by the court to represent me in my care and has been for 10 months and counting. Total approximate hours of representation, 7,200. Total times attorney met with client, Sarah Boone, 6. Phone numbers given to client by attorney, 2. Phone calls answered from client by attorney, 0. Outside sources calling attorney on behalf of client, 3. Phone calls, emails, voicemails answered by attorney, 0. Letters client sent to attorney trying to communicate, 7. Letters defendant client sent to judge trying to communicate, animate attorney and unsuccessfulness, 5. 15-minute video visits between attorney and client, 3. Attend court dates scheduled, 2. I was an attempted withdraw. What? I was an attempted withdrawal, the other an allowance to finally be included in my PTC, which was the same information carried over from all the others. Now what? Why are you enabling my constitutional rights to be continuously violated? History lesson for everyone. Oh, good Lord. First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, Eighth Amendment, 14th Amendment. Why am I being judged for legitimate letters I write in order to know the status of my case or attorney, and how much longer before something substantial occurs in the progress of 3.3 years later, other than the inappropriate prejudgments being made due to an excessive amount of my case information online, bigger and meaner fabrications of my case, sensitive details I have not seen, an even greater mind numbering one-sided ignorance. If I did not write my letters, would you or anyone be aware of my rightful concerns still and ongoing? Is a perpetual question mark over a defendant's head in the norm during a care due to inactivity, no communication, no help or intervention, or answers being given by anyone in the justice system? Honestly, what has been done about or with any of my letters other than being scanned, uploaded incorrectly? She's terrible with her like punctuations. I made sure to correct so everyone else is up to speed on my case status. Unfortunately, it is all I have to report at this time. Why are you allowing numerous case safety and protection elements to be breached, violated, manipulated? Why has a gag order never been implemented? My case has turned into an unnecessary witch hunt from the innumerable violations of my care details being leaked and racketeered illegally in exchange for websites, hits, viewer ratings, etc. In exchange for dollars, dollars, dollars. What is your cut, Your Honor? Whoa. You choose who knows what, where, and how in your courtroom. When did court minutes become live? Are you the one who authorized the upload of the internet? It's all about how much rather than how did it happen. No matter the destruction caused in the meantime and is irreparable. It is not even about the suitcase anymore. My case is now a global event with the video reaching over 3 million hits, depending on the website, in turn making me realize that's over 3 million less unprejudiced, unbiased, non-discriminatory, fair jurors I will have access to on my case. How is it going to work? Now what? When is our next meeting? Remember, please, there are still time-sensitive matters pressing. FYI, in the 10 months of your representation, here are the 6 meeting dates which have occurred so you can see prospectively the massive time gaps in between
Hey,
while I have been.
hey, hey, can you
Yep,
hear me?
yep.
Okay, that's the page for the attorney.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's the page for the attorney. Okay, this is for the lawyer. I don't know why they're not in
Oh,
order.
okay, so this is the one we want to read. Okay.
Yes, hold on. Let me go back. That's the last one.
Okay. Hang on a second. What are your anticipate?
Hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, hon. What are your anticipated dates of completion for anything already discussed and will eventually, when you do actually show up for a in-person scheduled meeting? There are 1,000 little fires needing to be put out. You're holding the fire hose. Please see if my perspective is botched. Eye rolling experience. I am, oh, please see if my perspective is botched. Eye rolling experienced. I am going through still and how I believe anyone would act or do if in my slides do the same. What would you do? Do not fault me in trying to make the best, most successful outcome possible for myself in every aspect in the convoluted predicament I am in and have been in over the last 3.3 years. I would rather be called a narcissist, pain in the ass, ignorant, strange, or whatever else anybody wants to waste their time to think of. Just don't call me a murderer, which I am not. No one knows me except for the ludicrous insanity that's been made up, mocked, edited, and spewed all over the internet. It's not me. I am hoping and praying in my highly anticipated my highly anticipated day will come, whenever that will be. It's God's timing. I continue to wait, smiling. I continue to wait. Does it say smiling? At least everyone will know I'm not sitting around eating bonbons, watching soap operas. Application is a product of the lesson. Give me a choice to appropriately, correctly, and fairly in court. Unfortunately, my perspective of our justice system is incredibly dim and dull. I hope my very overdue blinding light has shone brightly for all those to see. I'm sorry. Hang on. I hope my overdue blinding light has shone brightly for all those to see a glimpse of how it really works and being a system. We all have to work together to function in unison. Please help see the difference I'm trying to be and make, wanting and wondering, keeping it real. Now what? Sarah Boone. Her punctuation is god awful.
I think her handwriting is pretty.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, but yes.
So evidently she has a dictionary. And she's being a bitch to the judge.
Oh, but she's smiling and her light is shining brightly for all to see.
And she's not eating bonbons and watching soap operas.
Oh my God.
It's because you're not in prison yet. Just wait. You can buy your own TV in prison, okay? And you only get like 1 or 2 channels. Or maybe 3.
Yeah, whatever they
I'm
let
sorry.
you have.
Okay, hold on.
We're trying to work with it, Avery. It's very frustrating, I'm sure.
GAC is responding. Ms. Boone will be returned to the Orange County Jail pending disposition of her case.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Her boobs are still hanging low.
That is so funny.
I swear they're down to her waist. Look at that. Why don't you give her a bra?
Are you typing?
No, that's them.
Versus Sarah Boone, 2020, CF 2603, state.
Dave Cacciatore on behalf of the state.
Frank Bankovic.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Can I have JAC announce themselves as well?
Yes, Audrey Moore for JAC.
All right. So we have multiple matters scheduled this morning, one of which is Mr. Bankwitz's motion to withdraw. My reading of the law is I feel like I have to address that motion first and rule on that before I can address any other motions that would be heard today. So, Mr. Bankwitz, I'll start with you. Tell me why you're moving to withdraw.
Judge, the letters that have been coming to your honor, the derogatory berating of my services in this case, I can't effectively represent her. She doesn't trust me. She calls me a dud, I think, a buffoon, on and on and on and on. And no one should have to endure that type of derogatory comments and expect to effectively represent someone, especially in a murder case.
Ms. Boone, I read your letter dated August 26, 2023, and your letter dated August 30th, 2023. And just so we're clear, I read all of the letters that you send to the court. Whether I respond or not is based on what's in the letter and whether I'm asked to actually do something that's within my purview as a judge or not. If I understand correctly, you have now decided that you think it would be best, in fact, if Mr. Bankwitz was allowed to withdraw. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And you understand by him withdrawing, I have to appoint another attorney. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And that attorney is not standing here, so we're not going to be able to address, and I'll give the state a chance to talk to me as well. But assuming I grant this, we won't be able to address the other issues that were docketed for today, which means I'm going to have to reset your case for a later date. Do you understand that?
I'm not sure what items it is you're speaking of. I haven't received a copy yet of the letter.
So we're having a hearing today in regards to authorization for payment for an expert that your attorney believes he needs to defend you and the issue about the compensation of that expert, which is why JAC is participating today. I don't know if your next lawyer is going to think that that expert's the right person to use, or whether they're going to go a different route after consulting with you. And even if they did, they're not standing here. And once Mr. Bankwitz is out, he's out. He can't argue the motion. So do you understand that?
I fully understand.
All right. Mr. Cacciatore, normally the state takes no position in these issues, but there are limited circumstances when the state doesn't take a position. So are you taking a position on this motion withdrawal, Mr. Cacciatore?
No, this would be one of those times where we would be not taking a position.
All right. So I'm going to grant Mr. Bankwitz's motion to withdraw. I'm going to appoint find my list. Attorney Winston Hobson to represent Ms. Boone. In regards to the other matters scheduled today, I'm going to take no action on them at this time until Mr. Hobson can, well, in regards to the motion involving JAC, I'm simply going to take no action on that motion at this point in time until Mr. Hobson has a chance to review it and determine whether he wants to proceed with that motion. I will address the pretrial because today was also supposed to be pretrial. Here's what we'll do. Let me just get my calendar up. As far as pretrial conference, I'm going to set this case for pretrial conference on Tuesday, November 28th, and a trial period starting Monday, December 11th. I think any earlier period of time would be unrealistic for Mr. Hobson to get on board, get up to speed with the discovery, and determine how he wants to proceed in regards to any experts. But I will set a status hearing on the case prior to that. I'll set a status hearing on the case Monday, October 30th, 2023 at 10 a.m. That'll be for the purpose of making sure that Mr. Hobson's on board, some sense of where he thinks things are, how realistic he thinks the November pretrial is, any other matters I need to address with him at that time. Now, Ms. Boone, in just a minute, they're going to take you back to the Orange County Jail. I'm going to suggest that you talk to Mr. Hobson about the various other issues you raised in your letter dated August 30th, 2023. One other thing I want to talk to you about, we had this conversation once in the past. Clearly, your working relationship with Mr. Bankwitz was such that it deteriorated to the point where the two of y'all just couldn't work together to defend your case. So I'm not going to try to referee how that played out, why that unfolded the way it did. But one thing I want to caution you about, if this becomes a problem on another court-appointed attorney, I'm going to look more closely at what the alleged disputes are. You have a right to a court-appointed lawyer. There are certain decisions a defendant gets to make in the defense of their case that are absolutely theirs, such as whether they go to trial or not, such as whether they testify or not. But there are many decisions in a case that a lawyer gets to make. And while you certainly have a right to consult with your lawyer and discuss with your lawyer, they don't automatically just do whatever you say. They use their professional judgment and experience and look at the evidence, look at the law, and do the best they can. Also, you've got court-appointed counsel. As I've explained to you before, court-appointed counsel rarely have the luxury of representing one person and only having one case to focus on. I have concerns that your expectations of what any court-appointed counsel might do as far as spending time with you and the depth and degree of communication may be unrealistic expectations. You always have the right to retain a lawyer to represent you, and then that's between you and that lawyer. You can demand whatever expectations that you have as part of that agreement. But when it's a court-appointed lawyer, you have to accept and understand that they have other cases, other courtrooms, other responsibilities. And I'm cognizant of that when I'm addressing these types of issues about communication. So that's just food for thought, nothing to do today. I don't need a response from you. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that and were thinking about that as we proceeded forward. So again, the court minutes reflect that I'm court continuing pretrial. I have granted a motion withdrawal. I have appointed Mr. Hobson to represent the defendant, and I'm taking no action on the motion, the ex parte motion for cost directed where GAC is responding. Ms. Boone will be returned to the Orange County Jail pending disposition of her case.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
I'm not able to say anything.